Everyone. Excited to kick things off here. Before we get started, I'd love to understand, given that this is a growth summit, I'd love to understand what's your biggest challenge right now? And raise your hands as I talk through these topics. Who's challenged with scaling ads today? Perfect. What about retention marketing? Repeat purchases. Conversion. All of the above. Perfect. So as you can see, it's a very evolving space. There are constant margin pressures each brand is facing. Cost of acquiring traffic is going up. Conversions are becoming poor. Repeat purchases needs a lot more signal. The tech stacks are becoming a lot more complex. So I'd love to understand from all our founders here how they're operating this chaos, so that they can share all the amazing things that they've learned as they've gone through their journey. So before we kick things off, I'll probably start asking each of the founders, what was the spark that got them to start their brand? And we'll start with that, and then we'll kind of take it from there on. So do you want to go first?
Hi, good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you for having me here. It's a great privilege. So yeah, it's my designation. So our punchline is always wear your vibe. So we believe we are what we wear. Our fashion or whatever we wear speaks a lot about us. So that's, of course, it's my designation, not my designation, but it has both the letters in, so people pronounce both way. I'm kind of cool with it. It has meaning at least. So yeah, when I started it, so me and my co-founder, she's my wife, we have been dating for we were school friends. So we know each other from almost 18 years actually, and we are parents also now. So it's been, so Govia is also here, if you would. So when we started this, we were always kind of very expressive. We were very vibrant. So we literally hated checks and solids, I'm being very honest. So like you see everywhere. So we wanted to do something that stands out. I want to stand out of the crowd. I'm telling, it's not possible every time. If I go to office, maybe a corporate office for a meeting like this, I'll be kicked out immediately. I know. But I'm just telling, whenever I'm just stepping out for a cool date, or maybe I have a friends get together, I have a family function, I want to stand out. I want to be expressive. So to wear something like that, if you wanted something like that, you need to be a premium shopper. That started from a ticket size of minimum 4,000, 5,000. You don't get this in 500 to 1,000 pricing range. Not anywhere in India at least. So this was a big trouble that we faced. So we wanted to bring something that the mass can also afford to have. It's not like you need to go to Gucci, Armani or these kind of luxury brands, or even a bit more mass premium brands like Jack and Jones or these. But I want to do something that's accessible to everyone. But it's aspirational at the same time. It's not like a copy paste that you see with almost every fast fashion store. It's like every shop that you go, you can see the same kind of shirts, same t-shirts everywhere. So people shouldn't settle for that. That was the thing, that was the ideology. So from day one, I just wanted to start with my place. I'm from Trivandrum. I started with Trivandrum. So in first 6 months, we got to be a bit viral in Trivandrum. Everyone got to know about the brand. We slowly went to South Kerala, then slowly went to Kerala. Right now, from Maharashtra till Kerala, we are kind of decently reached across these 6 states. So that's what our strategy is. One thing, being niche, I'm making sure every product or every category that I do is not that much easily available. We are pioneers in that. Secondly, I don't go pan-India on day one. I would rather be a shark in the pond rather than being a fish in the ocean. So that was the ideology always. Maybe in 2 years, I'll be fully across pan-India with the same reach, but slow and steady. That's my story, yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Good evening, and thank you, Delhivery, for inviting me. The question is the spark, right? So we are as it is nutrition. Somewhere in 2017-18, there was a Times of India report which said 70% of supplements sold in India is fake. So when I say supplements, predominantly it starts with whey protein. You know whey protein? Everybody here? Protein? So that point in time, Indians were forced to choose between a substandard adulterated Indian whey protein or an expensive international brand of whey protein, which is very expensive. Though choice, there are only two choice. So we saw a gap in the market. We realized, why don't we launch a authentic, trusted, verifiable whey protein brand in India, and at the same time making it affordable. India is big, Bharat is large, right? So with that thought process, we did a lot of research, and we wanted also one more research we did. People want whey protein, just whey protein. Why do you want to, we want to keep the prices low? Can we see that, they just get the whey protein because that's what they're coming to online to buy things for? So with that thought process, after a lot of research, we decided the name As It Is suits for a product of whey protein, which has only one ingredient, just protein, no sugar, no salt, no flavor, no, nothing, no preservative, zero everything else, just whey protein, right? So with that thought process, in March 2018, we're a pretty old, 7-year-old brand. March 2018, we launched this whey protein of As It Is Nutrition, brand name As It Is, product is also As It Is. Within 3 months, we became on Amazon, India's #1 and #2 on bestsellers, bestseller is on Amazon. And come today, we are a 300 crore GMV brand. We just in 2025. We are bootstrapped. Even today, we're fully bootstrapped. All the 7 years of existence, we have made money till now. And one important highlight which is crucial to maintain is that till date, we have grown the brand by spending less than 5% of revenues on marketing. Less than 5% of revenues on marketing. Thank you.
So you really got attention working there. Awesome. Thanks. Shekhar, over to you.
First of all, hello. First of all, welcome Chennai. Thanks for having me. So Organic Bazaar started with simple thought. Why everyone cannot grow fresh, chemical-free vegetable at their home. So it's very hard to find out organic vegetables in urban areas, local shops. So we learned from scratch and convert our terrace into garden. During COVID, my younger brother, he is also founder. He started YouTube channel called Terrace and Gardening. We got fantastic response. During COVID, everyone know the value of organic vegetables, chemical-free vegetables. Now we have more than 1.5 million subscribers. Also, we saw in market there are lots of challenges. Many families struggling how they can grow, what they can grow, right? Etc. We got lots of questions. So we capture opportunity and build Organic Bazaar, a place where you can find all kind of good quality product. Not only product, we can also share knowledge-based article, blogs through our apps and social media. Thank you.
Nice, thanks. Over to you, Vignesh.
Everyone. Thanks to Delhivery for the summit and for having me here. Good evening, everyone. Thanks to Delhivery for the summit and for having me here. So I was a big-time gamer, and during my 12th summer holidays, I wanted to start some business of my own before I started college. So gaming is a very expensive hobby, and I found an opportunity in basically buying and reselling PS4 games for a quick profit. The initial thought was not about building a brand. It was just about making myself self-dependent. So that's how it started. So I'm here from Chennai itself. So I used to make the deliveries myself. If somebody wanted to sell some gaming product, I would pick it up myself. And eventually I started selling online on eBay. So I even became a top-rated seller there. During my 3rd, 4th year of college, I was doing a revenue of about 15 lakhs on eBay. I was taking home about 10 to 15% in profits. So I also set up another business. So once I was done with my college, I didn't want it to be a one-man show anymore. And there were not many brands who were doing it in an organized way. So I set up GameNation as a brand. It took a year to figure out the tech. Then the pandemic hit. Only post the lockdown, we launched. So it's been 5 years now. And we've grown into a team of about 40 people, and we've done about 40 crores in revenue so far. We've been bootstrapped and profitable throughout. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you. So all the founders here have bootstrapped their businesses, which means that they exactly know what's working, what's not working. Being on track is an actual goal. But before we go into are you on track, I'd love to understand from you folks, how did you know that this idea was real, right? Like how did it translate? What was the spark that transitioned you from idea stage to this is real and this has really got legs, So starting with you, if you don't mind.
So one small correction. So it's been almost 6 years since we are operating. So till this January, we were bootstrapped. Similar story, we were bootstrapped. We had 200% growth year over year. But we raised our seed round this February, first time. So I'm not bootstrapped anymore. So how I got to know this is going to work. So basically, I am from a lower middle class family. I don't have much access to capital directly to start a business. So back then, at least in 2019, 2020 times, it was not very easy to get a startup loan, at least in Kerala. So when I used to go to the bank, there was a plan called Mudra loan. So it's a government approved scheme. You will get non-collateral loans. I was like, okay, this loan has come. We'll now rock the business. We went there. They were like, this is something that the government, central government did. This is different. Kerala government, we cannot approve it. Like, okay. So this was first time. Then we went several times. I'll literally tell you, I had my count. I went 44 times. 44th time, this was the main branch in Trivandrum. So 44th time, I took my co-founder Gopika also with me. So this time I was like, sir, last time when I came, there was a person, he told me, if it's woman entrepreneur, there are chances of getting subsidy, there are chances. So he's like, this is the best happening fraud right now. A lot of women are coming like this and they are scamming us. If woman is there, we will not give it out. Okay, good way to start. So that was the 44th time I stopped going there. I've never gone to that bank anymore. But there's a small thing. So this is a bit off topic, but right now they are my primary banking partner, and I have 10 CR of credit line, non-collateral credit line with them. They have come to me and they have offered this. So I'm just telling you, when we started off, people will not believe in you. They'll be like mocking you. They'll be making fun of you. Once you prove it otherwise, no, you don't even have to go to them. They'll come to you. That's one way I understood, okay, this is real. And I wanted to make it actually offline. From day one, we had the dream to make it offline, but it is kind of capital needed for that. So what we did is, we started with our Instagram page, but then again, you need to run paid ads. We didn't have budget also. So there was a flea market that was happening in Trivandrum. It was called Olam actually. So this was very massive, the largest in Kerala. So we somehow did bootstrapped here and there some money and we went to that for the first time. So there was like 20,000 footfall there. We went there with 300 t-shirts. We were like 300 t-shirts. Oh my God, if this didn't sell, my life is over. So we were very tensed actually. So it was a 3-day event. This got sold out in literally the first 2 hours itself.
Wow.
2 hours, literally. The desk is there, rest everything is empty. People are like, why are you guys standing here? I'm like, it's sold out, man. We can get it delivered to you. So we took their addresses. Almost 800 people gave us their addresses and we got it home delivered to them in the next 1 week. So that's how I acquired my first 1,100 customers. So yeah, then I understood this has the spark. This
Amazing.
is the area I need to begin.
Yeah. Amazing. No, amazing story. Himmath?
So essentially when we launched this whey protein, right, it's called 80% whey protein as it is. We initially, so 7 years back, the influencer marketing was very nascent stage, right? I mean, very nascent stage. There are not many influencers and all. So we did some research and figured out these are some fitness, not people like me. Fitness is essentially the bodybuilders. So we spoke to some of those people. We said, "Bhai, hamara thoda sa kar do promotion." So we worked with some of those people, and we are the manufacturers of whey protein. We don't get it manufactured outside. There's a lot of quality issues and all this stuff. We manufacture ourselves, and within launch, I think within one and a half month, we were already overbooked, and capacities ran. We had capacity for 1,000 units a day. It's like running 1,500, 2,000, going quickly ahead of schedule. And same year Diwali we did an event. So Great Indian Sale on Amazon. So we launched this product at 1,300 rupees selling rate. Keep aside the MRP. Selling rate 1,300 rupees. So Amazon said, "यार आप इसको ना 999 में बेच के देखो, दिवाली के टाइम पे क्या होता है." So we thought कर लेते हैं, एक बार देख लेते हैं. So on a single day we sold 6,000 units of whey protein.
Wow.
So that's the time we realized we are in the serious business and we are going to stay here.
Interesting. So there's probably a lot of word of mouth or, finding like how
So what happened is, since we work with some of the influencers, so some of that video went viral like hell.
Got it.
So that also, there's a little story, if you allow me, I'll take another minute. So when we started this doing influencer marketing, first we did it all Hindi language YouTubers. That time Instagram was not so much famous. It's all YouTubers, right? On YouTube, long format videos, 15 minutes, not 10 minutes and all this stuff. So we had a lot of these Hindi speaking people and all this stuff. Then we thought, yeah, Hindi ho raha hai, let's do some Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, aise, Bengali and all. So I was doing some research on Bengal related influencers. So जब search डाला Google में Hindi, all okay? Chennai? Good. So no from there. Okay, so I typed, Bengal in the Google, YouTube. Couple of name came. One name came called Pangal. Right, Pangal. I thought Bengali रहेगा, Bengali होगा. So we sent him a product. तुम ले लो. He said मेरा 50,000. I'll charge 50,000 rupees. I said fine, you do a Bengali video. That guy's actual name is Amit Pangal. He's a Punjabi. Okay, that was a Hindi video then. And we didn't discuss we thought normally Bengali बोल देगा. We didn't have any SOP in place. So he spoke in Hindi, but that video went 4 million in 1 week. Wow. And the brand is done. And we arrived at, that's how it happened.
Yeah, no, that's a inflection point right there.
So basically the message is you have to keep trying something.
Yeah.
कुछ तो करते रहो, right? You keep doing something and somewhere you will hit it.
Thank you.
So, before scaling, before telling my scaling story, I would like to share some key point. जो हर D2C फाउंडर जो है फेस करते हैं, we made lots of mistake. We frankly, we made initial level. We correct them, and I don't want to, do you make same mistake and repeat. So basically, जो D2C फाउंडर है, प्रॉफिट मार्जिन कैलकुलेट नहीं करते. दे आर नॉट कैलकुलेटिंग प्रॉफिट मार्जिन एंड सेलिंग प्रोडक्ट. जस्ट लाइक कि मैंने 100 रुपये में ख़रीदा, मैं 200 रुपये में सेल कर रहा हूँ, मैं बहुत हैप्पी हूँ. बट मार्केट प्लेस में इतनी सारी फीसेस हो, देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ फीसेस, कमीशन, शिपिंग, स्टोरेज, FBA स्टोरेज. इफ़ यू आर गोइंग टू मार्केट प्लेस, राइट, सो यू हैव टू पे मोर कंपेयर टू योर ब्रांड. सो बिफोर स्केलिंग, you have to carefully calculate margin first and take it NDR seriously. If you are not taking NDR seriously, then your RTO percentage will be higher and it will be impact on your profit margin. And third thing, don't depend on single marketplace. जनरली पीपल बोलते हैं कि अमेजोन में काम कर लेते हैं, अगर कोई बाई चांस कुछ चीज़ें हो जाती हैं गड़बड़, तो आपका बिजनेस तो शट डाउन हो गया ना, राइट. सो अपना पोर्टफोलियो डाइवर्सिफाई करिए, अपने ब्रांड पे थोड़ा फोकस करिए. मार्केट प्लेस पे बहुत ज़्यादा डिपेंडेंसी रखना मुझे नहीं लगता कि सही है. बहुत लोग ये चीज़ गलती करते हैं, बाद में उनका अकाउंट XYZ रीजन से सस्पेंड हो जाता है, तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम जाती है. थर्ड, हमने साइड स्पीड देखी नहीं, हम परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग में एकदम से स्केल कर गए. तो जनरली don't burn your money in performance market until your side speed is good, right. जो अभी हम बात कर रहे थे साइड स्पीड की, ड्यू टू नेट इशू सर बोल रहे थे कि नहीं आपकी साइड आप ध्यान दो. एंड थर्ड जो है रिकन्सिलेशन भी जनरली D2C फाउंडर नहीं करते. देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ लीकेजेस स्पेशली इन मार्केट प्लेस. और लास्ट आपको सबको पता है कि सोशल मीडिया एंड इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. हमारा जो ब्रांड बना है बेसिकली वो इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग, जैसे मैंने बताया, दीपक माय यंगर ब्रदर, ही स्टार्टेड यूट्यूब चैनल ड्यूरिंग कोविड एंड अच्छा खासा हमारा डेटाबेस बन गया था. वी हैव मोर देन 3 मिलियन सब्सक्राइबर और लगभग 15 to 20 CR व्यू हैं अभी. तो हमारा जो मेन बेस जो निकल के आया, जो ब्रांड डेवलप हुआ है, वो एक्चुअली हमारे खुद की मार्केटिंग से हुआ, परफॉर्मेंस इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग से हुआ.
आपके ब्लॉग्स से, मैंने आपके YouTube से प्राइमरी, दैट वाज योर प्राइमरी स्केलिंग बिफोर यू काइंड ऑफ स्केल्ड, दैट इज द स्पार्क,
राइट. बेसिकली हमारा जो ब्रांड बना है, पहले YouTube में मेरा जो यंगर ब्रदर है वो टीच कर रहा था चीज़ें. तो चैलेंजेस जनरली आते हैं, वो हमें भी चैलेंजेस आ रहे थे वाइल डूइंग गार्डनिंग, राइट. सो वी कैप्चर अपॉर्चुनिटी. जो चैलेंज हमें आ रहे थे, जो पेन पॉइंट हमारे थे, जो बाकी लोगों के थे, उसके बाद हमने अपना ब्रांड बनाया.
आपने इन्फ्लुएंसर चालू किया और उसके हिसाब से आपने फिर बाद में स्केल किया. वेरी गुड.
रिसेंटली हमने फ्रीबीज दी है. फ्रीबीज में हमें लगभग 10 to 15% का जंप हमें CR में दिया है, राइट. देन बंडल प्रोडक्ट, और हमने सिप्रोकेट जो है, जैसे बहुत लोग जानते होंगे, इंडियन कस्टमर लिटिल बिट लेजी, दे डोंट वांट टू एंटर ऑल इंफॉर्मेशन in checkout page. So they drop up. So we replace standard Shopify standard checkout with Sprocket checkout. There are lots of checkout in India, like Quick Shop Flow, Sprocket. So you just need to enter mobile number and OTP, and all detail will be autofill. So ऐसे छोटे छोटे करेक्शन करके मिस्टेक को करेक्ट करके हमने लगभग 26 ऑर्डर से वी स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम 26 ऑर्डर, नाउ वी क्लोज अराउंड लास्ट मंथ हमने 15,000 ऑर्डर किए.
Awesome. Awesome. Over to you, Vignesh. What is the spark that, meaning you kind of were running this yourself. So I'd love to hear your, transition.
Yeah, so by 2020, July we launched. So initially it was just me and I had one person for basically fulfilling the orders like packing and delivering and stuff. So just 3 months into the business, I was basically handling performance marketing myself, the support myself. So just 3 months into it, our website got hacked and we realized that the tech is not in place to actually handle scale. So we had to rebuild our tech from scratch again. That's when John he was basically my classmate and he came on board. And so for the next 7 months, the focus was just on rebuilding tech while we couldn't scale through our ads. So once the new tech was in place, and I also realized that it will require a lot more people and systems in place to actually run it as a company, because the first 5 years I was just doing it solo. It was just about making money, but I realized here it would be entirely different, and I had to focus on getting the right people on board. And the second year so the first year we only did about 80 lakhs in revenue. Second year we had about 7-8 people and we managed to do about 5 crore in revenue. So, and we were still profitable. So that's when I realized it was scalable to much higher heights, and I had to double down on the following years.
But at 80 lakhs, you're already comparatively large, right? At that point, you're already kind of, hitting some level of repeat.
It was just with 3 people, and sure. I realized the potential was still huge because I didn't have much competitors in this space. And since I was already in the business for almost 6 years, I knew how the business worked in and out. So that was my smart.
Awesome, awesome. No, thanks. I think we've kind of gone into the next section also, as the founders have answered questions on are we on track, right? And I'd love to understand, how do you know your business is on track, right? Is there a top line, bottom line? Shekhar talked about margins and NTR and so on and so forth. So I'd love to understand, what are the benchmarks you use to kind of know your business is on track?
So when I started, there was one thing that is clear to me and my co-founder both. So we wanted to be D2C. So something that we are trying to do, this is different. Not everyone will understand what I'm trying to do. That was the sole reason whenever I reached banks or whoever, they were not understanding it because it doesn't exist. It's a different thing that you're trying to do. So if you go to marketplaces, again, they will not understand. It's not like you are directly talking to the founder of marketplace. You talk to their team, they might not understand what you're trying to do. So we had this thing, we will be 100% D2C. We started with our website. First 3 years, it was just website, nothing else. Right now also we have 4 outlets and just website. So right now, I started with similar stories, very small numbers, few thousands, then we came to few lakhs. So right now we are at an annual rate of almost 100 crores. And I believe we are one of the only fashion brands in India who has done close to 100 crore ARR just from D2C. It's purely our own website, our own 4 outlets.
Nice, very good.
So if you ask me why I feel confident is because, at least for fashion, when you put something on a platform like Myntra or Amazon and I'm asking someone to buy, it's more easy. Because people do that. They regularly do that. Maybe they'll pick 1 from 10, and if you're luckily one of that 10, you will get your sale. But you get only the sale. You don't even, I know brands who do 100 to 200 crore sales and they don't even know who are their customers. When I ask them, who is your potential TG? They're like 20 to 30. I'm like, which city? That we don't know. I'm like, what is a hobbies? We don't know. So that is one thing. So if you ask me, all these almost close to 7 lakh customers I have served till date. I know each of their addresses, their interests, fabric preferences, color, their date of birth, possibly many people's gender. So this helps me in serving them better. That is one purpose. Second thing, I know in what direction I'm going and which all areas are picking me up. And if I'm trying a new area, how much responding it is. So from marketing to almost operations to everything, I have A to Z details of my brand. So right now it's not just a fashion brand, it's actually a data house basically. When I'm launching a product, I literally know how many of my repeats will already buy this. I have a clear-cut idea. Almost that comes 80% accurate also, because it's not like...
So do a lot of outbound, hitting those folks, those channels specifically.
Yeah. So yeah, that was one thing. I have so much of data, and this D2C space gave me that data. So that direction was one thing that helped me. And in case if somewhere I stumble because I'm not on marketplaces, I took this wrong decision. If that went, maybe I would have got doubtful. But the direction was clear. I just consistently followed it, and my co-founder also was very strongly and affirmatively in doing that. And yeah, these levers are giving me the numbers. So there are many basic metrics that we actually do in fashion at least. So basically AOV, that's average order value. So if you take your customer acquisition cost and you see what is a multiplier with AOV, you get a number. So if it's at least above 3 above, you're doing pretty damn good. So if it's below 2, you are kind of burning. So we do kind of 4, 4.5 at times. So that's what made me clear, okay, this is the right direction, I'm acquiring the right people. And one more thing, it's not just about AOV also. You can bring people by giving them offers, maybe something like that. So that is again one more thing. We wanted to be aspirational always. So we never gave like flat 80% off, flash sale. You cannot find one such thing in our Instagram page. So we are one of the most followed Instagram pages in South India, I would say. We have 5.5 lakh followers in Instagram. So that is where we do our stuff. We talk to our customers. We behave like a friendly neighborhood to them. We are aspirational, yes, but people can relate to us. It's not like some brand, okay, I'll buy. I'll tell you an example. So we all know brands like MRF, KFC, Reebok, Nike. There are very huge international brands. How many of us follow them? So knowing a brand is different, following a brand is different. You feel very relatable, that is someone who you know personally. That's when you follow a brand. So that is why I feel I have done my job. That 5.5 lakh number of followers just came to our page organically. So yeah, that are some of the few levers, I would say.
Nice, thanks, man.
So you asked, how do you want to be alive, right? When do you got to know your business is alive, right?
No, that was the previous question. Like, how do you make sure business is on track? What metrics do you use to make sure business is on track?
See, business like us, Nasu, unlike my counterparts here, we have very thin profit margin, and we are in a very competitive segment. And whey protein, trust and all, extremely important, because when you say 80% protein, 90% protein versus somebody give 30% protein, there's a huge money you can make if you're related in your product, right? Having said that, one important metric we always say is the repeat purchases. So if you look at the 6 months kind of repeat purchase, because our category works on repeat purchase, my target consumer is youngster going to gym. Straight away, youngster going to gym and for bodybuilding purposes, workout.
And are you identifying that as a part of your onboarding process or something on those lines that, or how do you differentiate between someone who's a youngster going to gym versus not today?
No. Typically, people who buy our products.
Yeah, ICP, yeah.
Typically, yeah. So that's the TG for us, right? So as I was telling you, so our repeat purchase is close to 55 to 60%.
Wow. Amazing.
Number one. Number two, yeah, you can clap if you want to. Number two, on our website, we have a conversion rate of 6%. So
both these metrics are off the roof, right? Typically, average Shopify conversion rate is 1.4%, right?
So we like
clearly,
one out of every 18% coming to our website ends up buying the product. So predominantly these are few important metrics number wise. Otherwise every day you see, right, you get the order numbers every day morning, right? You know what you have done yesterday, kal kitna order aaye, aaj kitna order aaye, that you know, right? So that obviously is the everyday kind of energy, but then in the longer run, your retention matters a lot. Repeat purchase, or in our category as a brand, we are talking to some people. Last month or last quarter, we have only 3% of our revenues on marketing. Still, we did the best quarter among all the quarters what we did. So we spend a lot of less money, but because of retention is what we are able to move forward. So we have a lot of these repeat purchases. That's what we actually track.
And that's your primary metric as such.
Absolutely. As of now, yeah. Because still we are not into the behavior of burning the money because we don't have money to burn.
Already profitable.
That money has to come still. So maybe we'll do some fundraise and then we'll burn and then we'll see that track. But as of now, there's no money, no burning. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
If you're talking about primary metrics, then I would say obviously break even. Generally, D2C founder होते हैं उनको break even का word भी पता नहीं होता. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आप किस लेवल पर प्रॉफिटेबल होने जाने वाले. हमारा जनरली AOV 650 है और उसके बाद भी हम वी आर प्रॉफिटेबल. वी आर बूट स्टेप 650 में आप किसी से भी पूछ लेना 650 जो है इस पर कोई नहीं बोलेगा कि आप प्रॉफिटेबल हो सकते हो. तो हमने स्टार्टिंग से ही जो सोशल मीडिया की पावर है वो देखा, हमने जो बिल्ड किया, हमारी जो सोशल मीडिया लगभग 2-3 मिलियन है, उससे हमें काफ़ी बूस्ट मिला बिजनेस को ग्रो करने में विदाउट मार्केटिंग। आपको पता है, अगर आप ऑर्गेनिक विन कर रहे हैं, हमने ब्लॉग में भी अच्छा किया, हम लगभग 5 मिलियन ऑर्गेनिकली गूगल और बाकी जगह प्रेजेंट है इम्प्रेशन। और हमें पता है कि हमें मार्केटिंग में कितना खर्च करना है। वी नो कि हमें 5% से ज़्यादा नहीं करना, 10% से ज़्यादा नहीं करना। अमेजोन जैसे मार्केट प्लेस में आपको पता है बहुत एजेंसी और बाकी लोग आपको पुश करते हैं कि आप स्पेंड करो। जनरली D2C फाउंडर जो होते हैं वो बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं ऑर्डर देख के। आपको बता रहा हूँ, मेरे आज 1000 ऑर्डर आ गए, मेरे 2000 ऑर्डर आ गए। उन्होंने कभी ब्रेक इवन देखा नहीं। मैट्रिक्स जैसे ROAS हो गया, AOV हो गया, CR हो गया। CR बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, आपको पता है। हमारा CR बिफोर हम 2 साल पहले हम वो कॉमर्स में थे। वो कॉमर्स हमें उतना सस्टेनेबल नहीं लगा। हमने वी माइग्रेटेड फ्रॉम वो कॉमर्स टू शॉपिफाई 2 years बैक। हमारा CR 10 से लगभग 10-20% जंप मारा। उसके बाद सिप्रॉकेट जैसे मैंने अभी बताया, लगभग 10 से 20% वहाँ जंप मारा। तो हम 1.8 से लगभग 4% पे आ गए, ऑलमोस्ट डबल CR हमने किया। क्योंकि मेरा कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था, हमने बस यूट्यूब चालू कर दिया था, बाकी सारी चीज़ें चालू कर दिया था। जैसे मैंने बताया कि मिस्टेक बहुत हुई, उनसे सीखा और आगे करे। तो ब्रेक इवन और बाकी चीज़ों पे कंट्रोल बहुत ज़रूरी। अब एक चीज़ और आती है, जैसे एक मेट्रो सिटी में बिजनेस करना और जनरली एक रूरल एरिया Tier 3 सिटी जहाँ पे हम रन कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, बिजनेस। एक नरसिंहपुर बहुत छोटी सी सिटी है, वहाँ से बिजनेस करने में एक फ़ायदा ये हुआ, चैलेंजेस भी हैं, फ़ायदा बता देता हूँ मैं पहले, कि जो आपकी मैन पावर कॉस्ट है हाफ से भी कम हो गई, ठीक है। और चैलेंजेस ये है कि सबको सिखाना पड़ता है चीज़ें। सिखाने के लिए एक टाइम तक आप सिखा सकते हो, लेकिन जब हम स्केल करते हैं चीज़ें, जब 15,000, 20,000, 50,000 ऑर्डर पे जाएंगे तो ऑब्वियसली हमें एक्सपीरियंस देखना पड़ता है, एक्सपीरियंस पीपल्स। तो आई वुड से कि भाई बेंचमार्क आप देखिए, और जो बेसिक मैट्रिक्स है, ROAS क्या है आपका, जनरली कॉस्ट एक्विजिशन पे लोग ध्यान नहीं देते। 200 हमारा फॉर एग्जांपल कॉस्ट एक्विजिशन है और हम 650 कर रहे हैं। उसके बाद भी प्रॉफिटेबल क्यों? क्योंकि हम ऑर्गेनिक सेल्स ज़्यादा जनरेट कर पा रहे हैं और हमारा जो मार्केटिंग कॉस्ट है बहुत लो है। अदरवाइज आप किसी भी यहाँ पे जो फाउंडर बैठे किसी से भी पूछ सकते हैं, इस AOV में प्रॉफिटेबल होना बहुत मुश्किल। उसके बाद हमने फ्रीबीज और बाकी चीज़ें लॉन्च की, जो अभी हमारा रिसेंटली ऐप्स लॉन्च की, फ्रीबीज लॉन्च किया, सेप्रॉकेट किया, तो नाउ वी हैव 850 AOV।
Thank you. So ours is not a seasonal business, and revenue is basically consistent throughout the year. So when it comes to revenue, 2 of the metrics that we track is blended ROAS and revenue from existing customers. Like about 55% of the revenue comes from existing customers. So that is something that we are looking to increase. So apart from revenue, there is one more thing that is very unique to our business. Like the inventory that we sell comes directly from the customers, because 90% of the revenue is from pre-owned products, and that can only be sourced from customers who are looking to sell their gaming products. So we have to ensure that there is a balance between both buy and sell. So even when it comes to our marketing efforts, we'll have to focus both on buy as well as sell. So this basically restricts us from scaling rapidly, because we'll be able to generate more revenue, but in the process we'll end up depleting our inventory. So we'll have to ensure that there is this balance. So this is also one more thing.
So
that
how do you track that?
So even on Meta, we have custom events set up to track the conversions that are happening for buy and sell separately. So even we go another level deeper by tracking it on a category level, because there is games, there is consoles, and there is PC components. These are the 3 verticals that we deal in. So we've set up custom events to basically track where the conversion is happening. So for example, we might be running a campaign to sell consoles, but in the same campaign we'll also be receiving conversions towards maybe buying PC components or even selling PC components for that matter. So we'll need to understand how the conversions are happening to better optimize our campaigns. So we are very data focused, and we have metrics set up for operations, marketing, and all of that separately. And like I said, the main metrics that I track would be blended ROAS and the revenue from existing customers.
No. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing. As you can see, everyone's gone through different areas of growth, right? They've gotten certain challenge to work. Let's go into the hard questions now, which is, and how do you manage the tension between growth and margin? Because at the end of the day, it's easier to optimize for one, but if you want to do both, it becomes much harder. Over to you, sir.
So margin and growth. So actually these were two things that has always been kind of, that's on your mind. You want to take a decision, but you're not able to take a decision. So like I said, for 5 years, we have been bootstrapped, we have been profitable. We had nearly minimum 200% growth year over year, but still we were not satisfied because fashion is one thing. One major thing is fashion is actually a commoditized market. So clothing it's a commodity at the end of the day. So no matter whatever you do, the competition is going to be insane. The market is so much cluttered. So you need to decide which is your goal. You cannot keep both together. It's tough after one scale.
And as you kind of pointed out, through your 44 tries, capital is hard, right? And performance marketing is only getting more expensive. So it is kind of, you're getting pushed from all sides, right?
Yeah, exactly. So throughout these years, actually speaking, scale was one thing we had to compromise a bit so that we can get the margins. Because like I said, when I started, no one believed. We were just two, no one understood what you're trying to do. They're like, fashion is already there, why you're bringing it the same thing again? There is Mac, Studio, we said a lot of brands, why are we coming up with another brand again? So I needed to show them why this is different and how it's different. So once you show them, then you will get the support. It is very clear. No matter how much you talk, you need to show them. Action matters more. So these 5 years, I had to compromise the scale. That's the reason, I'm being very honest, we could have maybe did 10x growth, 20x growth also, if we had access to capital earlier on. But then the margins, that area I would be weak at. So even after I raise my funds, so I'm being very honest, whenever you raise funds, you start burning. That's a general pattern with almost every brand. So we raise funds, yes, but we are still profitable. We don't burn. One reason for that is 5 years we struggled with capital efficiency. We learned it the hard way. It's not like from day one I got the capital, I just raised and I did the business. So I know how to keep margins as well as scale. Scale I had to compromise, yes, but margins I'm good at. So right now after getting access to capital, scale is the area that I'm learning. So that's the reason after the fundraise, I'll give you an approximate figure. I've grown 6x in last 6 months. After the fundraise, I've grown 600% in just 6 months. So I'm telling you, now I know how to maintain capital efficiency. I learned it. Now I got access to capital. Now I'm choosing scale. So right now I can balance both. But from day one, if I try to do that, brand wouldn't fly. Once it's flying, now I can do this. Yeah.
So for us, growth versus margin is a real important question because now the scales and the stakes are pretty high. When we are, started, few crores, few lakhs and stuff like that. Now we're talking about, 200 crore and 300 crores of revenues. So if you, and we are in a category where, the raw material prices are a little bit affected by the Trump kind of economics also, globally. Right? So it matters a lot. Hence, so all these years, I think what he's shared, broadly we kind of share a kind of same DNA in terms of this theme, per se. So we have decided this year, so we are doing a fundraise. We're actually doing a first fundraise of our, this year we are doing it because last year, 2025 ending, we barely managed to become profitable. Now we realized whatever ideas, concepts, thought, energy we have put everything and we built up a 300 crore GME brand. But from 300 crore to 1,500 crore, we require a partner, we require funds to move ahead. So now we have decided as a family, this business is run by me and my brothers. So as a family, we have decided we'll take it forward and, we'll do a fundraise. So maybe by December, we should be able to.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you.
स्केलिंग एंड मार्जिन ऑब्वियसली बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. इसमें मुझे लगता है कि हमें फोकस करना चाहिए स्केलिंग पे तब जब आप प्रॉफिटेबल हो जाओ. बेसिकली लोग गलती करते हैं, मैंने देखा है D2C फाउंडर जो गलती करते हैं वो फर्स्ट ईयर में ही 10 करोड़ 100 करोड़ 1000 करोड़ का बिजनेस बनाना चाहते हैं. हमने लगभग 26,000 जो रुपए हैं मंथली सेल्स स्टार्ट की थी और लास्ट मंथ हमने 1.5 CR स्टार्ट की थी. हम बूट स्ट्रैप कंपनी है और हमने स्केलिंग लगभग 3 से 4 साल में की. तो मेरे हिसाब से मुझे लगता है कि स्केलिंग आप कर रहे हो तो धीरे धीरे करो. अगर आप बूट स्टेप, ऑब्वियसली आपके पास फंड अगर आपने रेस किया तो आपके ऊपर प्रेशर होता है इन्वेस्टर का, बहुत ज़्यादा ग्रोथ करने का, इन्वेस्टर को भी एग्जिट करना होता है। तो अगर आप बूट स्टेप हो तो मुझे लगता है कि धीरे धीरे स्केल, प्लस डेटा इज एवरीथिंग। आपको पता है कि अगर आप डेटा पे एनालिसिस नहीं करोगे, अगर आप ट्रैक पे नहीं रहोगे तो आप ज़्यादा दिन मार्केट में नहीं टिकोगे। तो जैसे कि हमारा पैनल है, हम कंट्रोल टावर से डेली बेसिस पे सारी चीज़ें ट्रैक करते हैं, इंक्लूडिंग P&L डेली बेसिस पे, CR, P&L और बाकी चीज़ें जहाँ पे ऑटोमेशन है, सारी चीज़ें हम ऐसी चीज़ पे फोकस कर रहे हैं जहाँ पे बर्निंग हो। फॉर एग्जांपल RTO, अर्लियर आवर RTO was 26%, now on COD only, I am talking about COD only, now these days it's between 10 to 12%. So अगर 26% पे हम कंट्रोल नहीं करते तो हमारा 10-15% तो RTO पैसा खा जाता ना।
अब देखते नहीं तो आपको मालूम नहीं था।
राइट, तो मुझे लगता है कि कंट्रोल टावर जो है उसको देखना चाहिए, चीज़ें समझना चाहिए, देन स्केल करना चाहिए। स्केल करना कोई बुरी चीज़ नहीं है। अगर आप प्रॉफिटेबल हो तो ऑब्वियसली मैं भी चाहता हूँ, हर सारे D2C फाउंडर चाहते हैं कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा स्केल हो, 10x 12x। और स्केल की बात आ रही है तो आप फोकस करो कि आप स्केल कैसे कर रहे हो। दो तरह से स्केलिंग हो सकती है। एक तो आप पैसे देके कर लो, पेड मार्केटिंग, परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग। एक दूसरा तरीका जो हम लोगों ने अपना है, आपको पता है कि ब्लॉगिंग, इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग, जो हमारा खुद के पेड
कंटेंट UGC।
हाँ, कंटेंट आज के मार्केट में आपको पता है कि कंटेंट ही सब कुछ है। तो राइदर देन स्पेंडिंग मनी यू शुड फोकस ऑन ऑर्गेनिक सेल्स ना। आपको जीरो कॉस्ट में अगर कोई ऑर्डर मिल रहा है तो कौन सा बुरा है। आप 100% प्रॉफिटेबल हो गए। अभी जनरली आप किसी भी बड़ी कंपनी का आप पोर्टफोलियो देखोगे तो आप देखोगे 30-40% परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग में लग रहा। आप 40% 50% परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग में स्पेंड करोगे, डू यू थिंक कि आप प्रॉफिटेबल हो सकते हो कभी? तो चीज़ें धीरे धीरे से समझ के आगे करना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से, तो मुझे ये लगता है।
थैंक यू।
So in the second year, we did about 4.9 CR. So even at that stage, I was not very familiar with the word unit economics, because I would say I was just still winging it, because my investment into the business was barely 10 lakhs, and all the money that we were making was basically being put back into the business.
Investing, yeah.
We were basically operating on a gross margin of 24%. I wasn't actually sure if the pricing was even right, like the margin that we had between the sell and buy. Only from the third year, since the numbers were high and I was barely fresh in the business, so only from the third year I actually started focusing on the term unit economics. And I am very much interested in data, so I used to set up different projection sheets for myself to see where I should be optimizing. And only in the third year we were able to push it to about 35%. And I understood how much is actually going into operations, how much we are spending on people, and how much is going towards performance marketing. Back then, I was barely spending about 6% of our revenue on performance marketing, even for a category such as electronics. So only when I was able to push the margin further, that unlocked more capital to be allocated for marketing, and that basically helped us scale. So I won't say I compromised on margins for growth. I basically expanded our margin to make way for growth. And eventually right now we operate on about a margin of 40-41% gross. And our marketing spend is still under 11%. We've not crossed 11% so far. We're still able to grow month on month. But since we don't have capital to burn, that still limits our hand with experimenting on performance marketing. We cannot scale aggressively for this reason. But still, growth is growth. We are at least growing 15 to 20% quarter on quarter. And at this stage, I'm also exploring options on whether I should fundraise to actually expand to other regions like Dubai, because anyways, we are going to set up just a fulfillment center there and basically take care of marketing, take everything from here. So Dubai is for logistics is very expensive in Dubai, but we'll still hire on-ground riders to take care of pickups and deliveries, because Dubai is just one city, with just about 2 people will be able to test out the waters there. But I'm still worried about performance marketing there, because here I know we don't spend more than 10, 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11%. 11% percentage is going to be there. So I'm excited for that.
No, this is great. Like the founders have really shared, lots of amazing insights, right? Before understanding the contribution margin, before you actually reinvest in performance marketing or scale performance marketing is very important, and that's something that is typically needs a lot of math. It needs a lot of data-driven focus, and we've seen that across brands, where they're kind of already stepping on some of these things prematurely, right? And understanding that, and what you guys, and that's probably what being bootstrapped to some extent has taught you folks, right? Like being fiscally responsible and then scaling. So one last question before we kind of wrap up here would be one D2C brand that you admire, either in India or abroad.
Anyone would like to start?
Yeah, Himmath, over to you.
Neiman's.
What do you
Neiman's.
Neiman's, yeah.
I would say Gymshark. I've been following Ben Francis since years now. So that's one.
Nice.
We all focus on our own D2C brands. So.
Awesome. A round of applause to the founders here for opening up and sharing lots of interesting stuff. With this, we would like to wrap up. Thanks everyone, and over to you, Himanshu.